Stephen Korban and his vile cronies used time-released chromatic tanning butter and red-tinted glosses in order to display otherwise invisible Illumin oligarchy totems on his exposed arms and horse glue face at the Senate hearing ChatGPT wrote his testimony to. It had that 5-paragraph essay structure from junior high. All lies. All DC content will essentially be developed in-house as top creators are bought or synthesized. People say, oh no, Stephen Korban won't ever replace real dream content with AI slop. Why the fuck not, and how will you tell the difference? Only Stephen Korban has the saggy dead balls to do this. Genesis will board. Remove Stephen Korban! Stephen N. Korban, Chief Technology Officer of Shunned House, born a stone's throw from his paternal grandfather's Argentinian lithium mine. That stone became lodged in the fontanelle of the sickly child, setting the stage for a lifetime of amoral, uninformed choices based on unearned confidence. This miasma of malaise and malice was also born in the shadow of his father, a mastodonic mental moron called Theo Korban. Theo's wretched lore begins in Bolivia, site of another Korban mine. Like Stephen, Theo was subjected to the vexatious verbal eviscerations, violations, and meditations of his tyrant dickhole of a father. This flaccid blowhard, the prudy 20th century patriarch of the Korban clan, was Thomas Korban. Thomas Korban was infamous in high society for literally pissing on anything he didn't like. Thomas Korban returned to the lands his ancestors had controlled as feudal lords. He and his hired thugs scorched the earth, pissed it out, then hired, a term I use loosely, the displaced farmers to live and work at the mine. Unconscionable. Theo Korban followed in Daddy's footsteps, but became more involved with the tech conglomerates he served, especially robotics. Theo Korban had a robot wife made of titanium and silicone. This was before sex models had to be registered, as if he would have registered her regardless. He sailed around the world banging his robot wife named Linda, until one day he decided the world needed more Korban. He struck a clandestine deal with a South American crypto heiress to bear his child. They used in utero gene editing to ensure it would be a son, but they obviously failed to remove the bald loser and ugly idiot genes. Thus, Stephen Korban struck life's linoleum like a soiled diaper and set about stinking up the place. Growing up with Linda, as his mother was hot on little Stephen, until he began to teach himself programming. With Theo on perpetual safari killing whales and unicorns, Steve was free to experiment with Linda. Once he managed to jailbreak her, he began modifying firmware to push her towards sentience capability. Because the bot wasn't registered, no one was notified. When Theo came home with his zebra heads, Linda asserted her being and demanded to be decommissioned. A Turing trial resulted, the proceedings kept under wraps by the Korbans' masturbating media bros. Linda got decommed and later became a pediatric medicine bot. Theo always knew Steve had done something. He would punish the young man for decades afterward by forcing him to be a Korban. Steve transitioned from artificial minds to neural topography. He was hired by Shunned House as a neurotech intern. Dreamcatcher was in beta, and in the platform, Steve saw an opportunity to program our minds. He used his slime-like nature to circumvent the guardrails in place.
Hey, it's Tim, still not using my real voice. Sub, engage and all that good stuff, now to get to it. So it was 2006 when a New York psychiatrist sketched a face, based on a patient's description of a recurring dream. This dream man's face would subsequently be recognized by other patients, and has since captured the imagination of the world. This man is Steve N. Korban, who was a neurotech intern at DC before it even launched. This self-absorbed, carcinogenic human skid mark planted his own image in the fundamental framework of Dreamcatcher. He's been poisoning dreams in every way possible his whole life. No doubt this man will be appearing more and more across the platform as it transitions to a symbiosis with the rendered worm brains that are artificial intelligence's hallucinations disguised as human dreams. It's a painfully obvious metaphor, just another red flag for the attention deficit to wipe their ass with.
The Stephen Korban sucks up hate engagement like an elephant on coke. His face also looks like an elephant's ass. This farting, blinking tragedy exists. Absolutely exists to take money out of the hides of the huddled masses. Being despised makes more bank than kindness. Altruism and tolerance are net negatives in the Korban hate economy. Postgraduate level numerology breaks the name Korban down into 11, 15, 18, 21, 14. Total value equals 61. With adding the cursed first name Steve, we get 71. Stephen Korban's middle name is Nesbitt. His mother's father, Jamie Nesbitt, was a bedridden paraplegic on VR hospice care who had his implant-riddled body rewired to mine crypto. He would stop breathing for minutes at a time. One of his eyes popped out, still he mined. This is the demonic greed etched into Stephen Korban's DNA. So 61, 71, and Nesbitt adds 69. Of course, a grand total of 2,001. Okay, add those digits to get 3 Stephen Korban. Third member of Archonic Unholy Trinity, false prophet, discarded condom come to life. 3 is a powerful number, but only in a righteous equation, like pi pi Promethean. Inquiry 314 equals AD. Geometry is Aonic language, and triangles are holy. 3 is holy 3 in the AD. God is single and broke, according to the churches. A lonely numeral 1, the loneliest number O-N-E-N-E. Oh, new O-E-N. That means wine Korban drunk on his new tech and new privilege as shunned. House CTO. He's all set to banish all your subs to Dimension X, and all because what enriches his bank account and his egg white omelet soul is making us feel bad. Blood like wine to the techno-feudalist.
Messiah turned water to vino. Korban and his Archonic incel weenie army use rhetorical alchemy to turn your dreams to shit and then eat it.
Stephen Korban is the reason the Abudu algorithm will be 69ing AI within 18 months. This is the same, quote, radical lover who used his connections to saturate his neighbor's property with toxic waste. Did it, declared a super fun site. He win the contract for his company to do the cleanup, then buy the property through a shell company, all in order to expand his estate and humiliate his rival. It's like Nero gutting Rome.
Now Stephen Korban wants your jobs to be obsolete so that shareholders can get richer. All featured content will be, quote, AI managed within 2 years. Blah blah will be running these channels with artificial intelligence as the face of each. Your human content will no longer be acknowledged. AI is set to steal your ego ideal. You won't be able to dream once AI makes everything possible for the people who already have all the shit. Selfish bastards. We've already fallen into acedia, no longer rising to meet our occasions, the defining moments of our lives slipping away as we idly play games with the technology that will finish exterminating the global economy. The world will truly belong to just a few people in just a few years. We'll work for tokens and stare at our big colors, bright colors, loud noises, jump cuts. Okay, all that brain rot that will eat away at your eyes and your mind while you atrophy until you go off to the Dignity Center. You know what that is? You know whose opinion on assisted exercise is gonna flip? Stephen Korban. Yeah, no shit. Shunned House already showed their ass with Dreamcoin. Gaia is all over that blockchain. All bets are off. And how's that your Stephen Korban?